Once upon a time, in a dense forest, there lived a proud stag. This stag was known far and wide for his magnificent antlers, which arched high above his head in intricate patterns. They were truly a sight to behold, and the stag took great pride in them. However, he often felt dissatisfied with his slender, delicate legs, which he thought looked weak compared to his impressive antlers. One warm afternoon, as he wandered through the forest looking for a cool place to drink, he stumbled upon a clear, sparkling pond. The surface of the water was so still that it looked like a perfect mirror. Intrigued, the stag bent down to take a closer look. As he peered into the water, he could see his reflection shining back at him with startling clarity. He marvelled at his antlers, admiring their size and elegance. "Oh, how grand and beautiful my antlers are," he mused aloud, his heart swelling with pride. "They are fit for a king. Surely there are no other antlers in the forest that can compare to mine." But as his gaze drifted downward to his legs, his expression changed. "What a pity," he sighed, shaking his head. "These thin, skinny legs look so weak and fragile. Why did nature give me such magnificent antlers but such pitiful legs?" He sighed again. Just then, a faint rustling sound reached his ears. Startled, the stag lifted his head and saw a lion emerging from the shadows of the trees. He had been stalking him, drawn by his scent and the sound of his voice. The stag's heart began to race. His admiration of his reflection vanished, replaced by a surge of fear. Without a second thought, he leapt away from the pond and sprinted into the forest. As he ran, his slender legs moved swiftly and effortlessly, carrying him gracefully over rocks and fallen branches. He darted through the trees, his speed unmatched as he put distance between himself and the lion. But just as he began to think he might escape, his grand antlers became entangled in the low-hanging branches of a tree. He tugged and twisted, trying to free himself, but the branches held him tight. The very antlers he had been so proud of were now trapping him, slowing him down and preventing his escape. Desperation filled his heart as he heard the lion drawing closer, his roars echoing through the forest. "Oh, why did I value my antlers so much?" he cried out in despair. "They may be beautiful, but they are of no use to me now. And my legs, I thought they were weak, but they were the very thing that kept me safe and swift." With one final tug, the stag managed to free his antlers from the branches, just as the lion appeared at the edge of the clearing. He bolted forward, his legs carrying him swiftly away from the danger. This time he focused only on the strength and agility of his legs, no longer thinking about their appearance. His slender legs, the ones he had once disliked, were the reason he escaped. Eventually, the stag managed to outrun the lion and made it back to the safety of the dense forest. He paused to catch his breath, his heart still racing from the close call. As he stood there, he realized the truth of what had just happened. His legs, though not as grand as his antlers, had saved his life. They were strong, agile, and perfectly suited for his survival. From that day on, the stag no longer judged his appearance by beauty alone. He learned to appreciate the strengths that he had once taken for granted, and to be grateful for every part of himself, his legs and his antlers,